Hi, this is Dan from Hidden Objects in NASA Photographs. I was gonna slow down on my videos, but I keep coming up with different, and it's right in front of you. At first I thought it was a snake. However, this is a Sol 0535MH. And right here, if you look, and this is not the latest, but NASA only took a few photographs, and this whole area is connected. If you follow me here, you'll see there's some kind of right angle thing. It seems like a structure. And at first, when I looked at it, if you can see right here, it has ridges. And I thought it was a snake, because there's a head and what appears to be an eye. But when you look at it, it keeps going down this way. So it's more of a structure that was destroyed. Here's the top part of it, and here's the bottom part of it. And if you keep going up, you'll see it's got the same ridge line, like here, here, and here, like some kind of structure that was destroyed somehow. And this is not a rock. I'm not really sure what it is, to be honest. But as you can see, this is flat, and this object is on top of it like it was a pedestal of some kind. All this is debris. As you can see, these are not rocks. They're part of the structure, and it appears to be something like a head. I don't know what happened on Mars, but I can tell you it must have been disastrous. It was something unearthly. You know, it's just amazing with all the stuff right in front of you. It's like NASA's not hiding it, because there wouldn't be no pictures to look at if they did. But for me, I don't know what these things are. This is a whole structure. It looks like carvings on these rocks. Whether they're rocks or part of the structure, it is just amazing to see this whole area. And I passed it up several times, not thinking much of it. Just by looking at it, the structure here, like a statue, like part of a structure or some kind of I don't know, it's just really, really weird. And that's probably why NASA just didn't decide to cover it up, because there's too much of it in front of them. This is part of the structure here, and as you can see, they're defined by shapes. But this certainly looks like a head. Maybe it was part of a statue. This is something else down here. Everything you look at in these pictures like have eyes, a mouth. I just don't get it. I really trying to figure this whole business out. What did happen on Mars? And one has to conclude it was some kind of war, maybe. Who knows? Long before the humans entered the picture, I guess. But certainly you can see more debris up here. It's not rocks. It's more like some kind of structure that was destroyed. But you can see, of course, at first I thought it was a snake, because you can see this part right here, and it ravels into the rock, and it's sort of like a head. Whether it's real or not, I don't know. It could be alive. This part may not be with this part, so this could be completely different. And maybe this creature, if it is a head, could be part of this, or I think it's just a structure, but I could be wrong. This could be alive, whatever this thing is. I could zoom in, and here's another thing up here. If you look up here, you'll see two eyes and a mouth. It seems to be, I don't know, it really baffled me, because I'm just keep looking at pictures and pictures, and I get this feeling there's a lot of heads and eyes. I don't know, in these rocks. Maybe they're not rocks at all. Maybe Mars is alive in some fashion. But I just thought I'd share my thoughts on this particular picture. It's, like I said, it's Soul0535MH. And there is another one, and like I said, if you look at this right down here, this one, it looks like a head, but you know, it's got so many holes in it. It could be something else, completely something different. If you look at it up here, it's like two eyes, a mouth, and this is a skull. This definitely looks like a skull. It's freaky, because you don't expect to see that stuff. You really think maybe, I don't, you know, how can I explain in words that it's just baffling? It really is strange. It's beyond comprehension, to be honest with you. I've studied these pictures, and you know, it just, what could have happened to them, whoever these people were. The basic question is, could have happened to us? Let me pause this and look at another picture. Yeah, like I said, this other picture, it's not related. Let's go back. There. This is the one I want to show. There's only one of these, and I had a mess. I had it upside down, basically. So I'm trying to get the picture back where it belongs. Let's see, let's zoom in a little bit more. Okay, there. Like I said, it just looks like some kind of animal shape, but definitely that looks like a snake. Maybe I could be wrong. Let's zoom in and check it out. It's got the eyes and kind of like the mouth. All these honeycomb things in here. When you zoom in really close, you can see all these honeycomb things. This is only one picture, that they didn't have any more. Certainly, it looks weird. It like this whole area is filled with this. They're not rocks. It's completely. It's disturbing. That's all I can tell you. This definitely looks like a snake. Maybe it's part of a head. This looks like some creature right here, but like I said, it could be a part of the structure. This whole thing right here, either that's a snake or some kind of structure. I wouldn't be surprised if something came crawling out of those, whatever it is, if it's rocks, and it's just amazing, the stuff that you see right in front of you. You don't even have to look too far. Yeah, they only had one photograph. They didn't linger too much on this particular area. There was some black and white, but it wasn't of this area. It just looked like a dumping ground, to be honest, like some kind of something that's not quite right. It's hard to imagine what could have happened, but certainly it's debris. Basically, like pottery shells. Maybe that's not what they are, but certainly they're not rocks. This looks, it's really hard to say. I mean, every time I look at a picture, I think it's eyes on it or something, and maybe it's just the way of NASA. But certainly, everything you see here, here, and here, and this is like pottery shells. You know, like if someone had made pottery and broke it, that's what that looks like. These little shard pieces here. They're not rocks. But this little object here is still a mystery. It's blended into what appears to be rocks and may not even be rocks. They're part of a structure. As you can see, it's got right angles, left angle, and it's on this rock up here, if that's a rock. And here you can see other artifacts. Basically, they're artifacts. I look at this whole area as like a mass grave or just a mass destruction of maybe something happened and whoever was killing these aliens decided to destroy their structures, I guess. That's what it appears to me. But you can definitely look at these things yourself. You be the judge. They're definitely not rocks. I think that's why NASA didn't stick around too long. Maybe they were afraid that something might crawl out and attack the rover. Certainly there would be such things that could attack the rover. Remember, doesn't have lasers on it, can't shoot back. So, but this definitely looks like something could be just mixed into the rocks, what appears to be rocks. They're not rocks. But certainly this looks kind of like bulky, like it's fleshy, kind of wrapping itself around these rocks, and there's the head of it. But you make your own conclusions. It's scary because you always want to know what other life forms there are. I mean, they're not going to be like us, obviously. That's just not going to happen. Nature doesn't always go twice. Evolution, the theory is that nature has so many varieties that it would never choose the same path twice. So, yes, I believe there are aliens and probably would shock the shit out of us. I don't mean to use a word, but it's certainly just amazing that NASA just didn't hide this particular picture. They just didn't linger too long because there's only one of these pictures. But you make your own choices. All I can tell you is these are not rocks. It's structure. It looks like some kind of larger part of a building, maybe some kind of temple that was destroyed. And like I said, all these little things down here looks like pottery shells, but I wasn't going to do another video, but when I started looking at this particular one, I had to say something. I definitely had to say, hey, look at everyone, look what I found. That looks like a head right there. I mean, it's just really weird. I can't put in words how to describe something that NASA just doesn't want to speak about. You know, obviously they're supposed to look for life, and we've seen it. Whatever was here, they choose not to acknowledge that. So, I don't know even why they built the rover. I have no idea why they went to Mars. Maybe they're just curious. You know, the higher-ups who hold the keys keep the secrets. That's all I can say. But definitely this is not rocks. This is definitely some kind of structure. I don't mean to rattle on, but it is just amazing, the stuff you can just look at, and it's not even covered. They didn't even try to hide it. It gets kind of scary when you look at things like this. I mean, you just never know, you know, whether something could still be alive on Mars. I mean, it is possible. But this is my take on it. This is Dan from Hidden Objects in NASA Images. You be the judge. Thank you for watching my video, and be sure to subscribe and to like or dislike. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Thank you very much.